It looks bad. It doesn't look, put it this way, it doesn't look like, as I said before, and as others have said as well, that he wants to be a middleweight champion. He wants to be a 160-pound champion. It looks like he saw that Sergio Martinez was not the same Sergio Martinez, and Sergio Martinez being known as being a smaller middleweight, or not a natural middleweight, a 154-pounder fighting at 160 pounds. Miguel Cotto saw that and seized the opportunity. And now when the pot is getting hot, Miguel Cotto doesn't want any soup. It's not a good boy. And that's why, that's partially one of the reasons why I have him losing to Gennady Golovkin. I'm T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy Live. My hat looks like a pop. Anyway, I cover every single major fight live, and Miguel Cotto right now are ring and recognize the 160-pound champion. Looks like he doesn't want to fight at 160 pounds. Now, let's look at the fact that, okay, all right. I defended the fact that he didn't fight Canelo or want to fight Canelo on May the 2nd. Because I looked at it as, well, Miguel Cotto was not talking that May 2nd stuff. It was Canelo that was saying May 2nd this, May 2nd that. Now, I understand it's a very lucrative date. But at the same time, when look what is happening now with Mayweather Pacquiao, Canelo versus Cotto, it would not have happened on the same date. So maybe Miguel Cotto foreseeing this, especially Miguel Cotto, as I told you before, Miguel Cotto knew he was not fighting Mayweather. So he knew all of this. And once again, Miguel Cotto is Puerto Rican. He's not Mexican. Every time I say that, people say, well, what does that mean? It's a lucrative date. No, you got to understand. Look what Sergio Martinez had to go through, to the point where Sergio Martinez was basically like, listen, Sergio Martinez was like, fuck it. You know, like, listen, you're a diva, whatever you want, we're going to give you everything. Negotiations was tough. Miguel Cotto almost walked away from the Sergio Martinez fight multiple times. But in this situation, Gennady Golovkin, K2 Promotions have said that they will be more than open to working with Miguel Cotto to fight in June. Now, I see this as a situation where that they want Miguel Cotto so bad that they will take a pay cut. They will allow Miguel Cotto to dictate all of that. So with Cotto not fighting Canelo, with Cotto not fighting Golovkin, you think, well, who can he fight? You got Anthony Mundine, Australian fighter. He has the very coveted 154-pound WBC silver. If you don't know how the organizations have been working, they've been making mandatories. Now, a guy like Floyd Mayweather, they'll work with him a little bit. But as far as the WBA, WBC, IBF, and the WBO, I've never seen more mandatories being made and like in my life. They're making these fighters fight, or you're losing your belt, or you're dropping your belt. So when it comes to that highly coveted title, 154-pound #1 contender, maybe Miguel Cotto will go after that. American fans are not too thrilled with that fight. However, on a global end, you know, America's just one, country, On a global end, the fight has some buzz. You got Cornelius Kenan Bundrage, to the point, well, he has the IBF 154-pound title. Now, you would think that if Cotto was to fight either of those guys and not a 160-pounder and not Canelo Alvarez, you would think, okay, well, maybe he will go for a title at 154 pounds to try to soothe the fans' minds as far as, okay, well, he did go for a title. So now he's going to drop that, 160-pound title, but then you have to think that fans would say, okay, well, and it would look like, well, he ducked Golovkin. He dropped the title because he didn't want to fight Golovkin. Fans are already trying to say that he's ducking Canelo, and the fact that he's not fighting Canelo, or it looks like he's not fighting Golovkin this year, it just looks bad. But we also have to factor in one more thing. We have to factor in is that he trains with Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach and Manny Pacquiao, Miguel Cotto, they do not want to have a split dual camp. So therefore, Miguel Cotto, 160-pound future Hall of Famer, deserves his time along with Freddie Roach. as well as Manny Pacquiao when you're training for Floyd Mayweather. So they're not going to be training together, especially when you got Ruslan Provodnikov also being trained by Freddie Roach, even though they'll most likely be using Marvin Simonio. But what I'm saying is this, that you have to schedule around that as well. So it's a very, it's a very crazy situation. But if you don't know, this is the week right now, it's March the 2nd, 2015. This is the week when Miguel Cotto is supposed to be announcing who he's going to fight. And just so happens on Fox Sports over there in Australia, Anthony Mundine announced that he's going to be announcing who he's going to be fighting. So as I said, remember what I said. They've been making their mandatory. So as far as that WBC silver, that he won from Rabchenko, and by the way, WBC has not notified them about anything about, having to fight Rabchenko again. So therefore, he's fighting, whoever it is. I don't have any news yet. I will have some news. Oh, by the way, shout out to Boxer Apparel. I'll be getting some stuff from there soon, rocking it at some events. Did I touch on everything? Pretty much. I mean, yeah. I mean, I look at it like this. I understand that Miguel Cotto's at the end of his career, and I understand that he wants to have big fights and, or even not big fights. He wants to have fights that he wants to have. The WBC has said, listen, we're allowing you one voluntary in June, and then your next fight has to be Golovkin. He has to fight Golovkin this year, and I just don't, I don't see it. If he would fight Golovkin, he has a chance to win, using his speed and movement, but can you honestly say that Miguel Cotto, we would love to see it. It's like, why get a 160-pound title if you're not going to fight the best guy that's not injured or didn't have any disability? Why not fight him? It's a confusing situation. And I'm thinking, who can he fight to pacify the fans, to make the fans be like, okay, all right, well, that's a good fight. All right, but he better fight GGG next, or after his next fight, if he wins or during the build-up to the fight, he better say something along the lines of, well, Golovkin's going to be next, or we're going to start looking at Golovkin, or whatever. Fans at this point in time, we want to see Miguel Cotto versus Golovkin. We don't care, honestly. We'll make some beef about it. We'll talk some shit about it, but we don't care if it's at 154.1, catch weight. We don't care if it's at 156 catch weight. We don't, we want to see the fight. And Golovkin has said that he will go down in weight to fight Floyd Mayweather. But guess what? When it's like you're the mandatory, it's like, well, how you gonna make me come down to a catch weight? Then I won't come to your catch weight. Vacate the title. So this boxing is just crazy. Boxing is just a crazy, crazy sport. I'm T Street Controversy for RealCombatMedia.com. This is T Street Controversy Live.